Okay, Tally. Tell me about the species that your people are responsible for creating, the Geth.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my
I'd like
people
a
into
perspective
exile.
I'd like a perspective from
All
a
I know
Quarian.
is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Okay, why don't you tell me the story?
Interesting.
Yeah.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI.
So they were made
Over
to be
time, we made small
slaves on like a
modifications to
farm
their programming
to do hard
allow
work.
them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
Okay. So you originally created them to be just workers and with no intelligence whatsoever, just working robots. But because you made modifications and upgraded them, they started to get their own intelligence. Isn't that AI research illegal, though?
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal.
So it was a
The
mistake.
changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so
Really?
we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
Okay. Huh. Just like, I believe they were called the Bork in Star Trek. The neural network.
So, the Geth share brain power?
The more there are, the
Many of
more
the Geth's
intelligent they
logic
become.
systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
Like a hive mind?
So there's some sort of group consciousness.
No, nothing like that. They
Okay.
cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input.
Okay.
Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious.
Alright.
But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
Okay. I don't get it.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations.
Okay.
All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers.
Yeah, it's basic gist
As
of
we
it.
built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose?
Huh.
As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Why?
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
Yeah.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long.
Wow.
The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the
Yeah.
Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first.
Wow.
A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Well, they defended themselves. I mean, I don't blame them for asking those questions. But, I mean, that doesn't mean you have to immediately then decide to commit genocide.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
Yeah, they defended themselves.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began.
There didn't have to
The
be a
hope
war,
was that
though.
most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated.
So because they started
The
thinking for
war was
themselves, you
long
had to
and
kill
bloody.
them.
Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld.
Huh.
We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Man. Did you at least try to see if there was a peaceful solution to this? Did you reach out? Did your people reach out to the Geth to see if maybe you could, rather than use them as slaves, that you could live, amongst yourself, together? We're just work together amongst, living together amongst yourselves on your planet, rather than having, thinking, well, they're only good for being slaves, and if they start thinking for themselves, we must destroy them. I just think you could have at least tried to make a peaceful attempt at peaceful solutions rather than, decide to just have a war. They defended themselves.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
Yeah.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them.
Yes, you did.
If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out.
You don't know
They're
that.
They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None.
Why do not know that?
Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
Not everyone, and maybe they just didn't want to deal with it because they knew you would try to kill them. Maybe they did want to live with you and not fight you. Maybe the Geth did want peace. Not everyone.
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this.
I wouldn't use that
example.
example.
They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Sorry, Tali. I think you're being a bit naive on that. But it doesn't sound like you're gonna, I can change your mind, at least for now. But I'm gonna support you either way. I welcomed you aboard my ship, and I'm gonna, welcome you as, stand by you as one of my crewmates. So, even though I think your people may have made a mistake, I'm not gonna hold it against you, because you weren't involved. It's not your fault.
I should go.
See you later.
But, the Geth are right now, they are working with Saren, and they are fighting us, so we currently have to fight them. But I just think that to say that they absolutely would have turned on us no matter what, I just think is an unfortunate way of thinking that perhaps we could have reached peace with the Geth. But it seems like maybe that Shepard may be the only one that's thinking that. At least this Shepard would be. He's right now he's thinking, am I the only one that's thinking that maybe we could have tried to have peace with the Geth rather than try to just wipe them out? Because that's pretty much what they are. Entire species. And that's committing genocide. Yeah. But that's a whole nother issue for a whole nother day. For later on. Okay. Presley, can you talk to me now, buddy? Yes, now he can talk to me.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you.
Thanks,
I'm not sure
Presley.
about having non-humans on our ship, though.
What? Do you have something against aliens?
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
Yeah.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him.
And
we don't need their help.
Presley, never turn away help. We don't have to do things all by ourselves.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn.
Yeah.
No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. Don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Good.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Alright, let's go check out this room first. The faster than light comlink. Let's keep getting codex entries to check out. Okay, so we've talked to everybody and explored the whole ship. And here is the galaxy map, where we are going to be able to explore the galaxy. And as you can see here, there is the Citadel. And if we zoom out, here's the cluster that it's in, the Widow cluster. There's its star. Zooming out a little more, here's what's called the Serpent Nebula, which is where only the Citadel is here. And here is the Milky Way Galaxy. The whole galaxy, and it looks like only this section of the galaxy we can explore. Here's Noveria. Here is Asteroid X-57. This is a DLC mission that I will be doing later on. Here are some other clusters: Gemini, Argos, Rho, Hades Gamma, Voyager Cluster. Pharos is here in the Attican Beta. Armstrong Nebula, Kepler Verge, and the Hawking Eta. And down here is the Artemis Tau. Now, these are not the only, sections and nebulas and clusters and systems that we'll be able to explore. As we do other missions, more clusters will actually show up on the map, and we'll be able to explore those as well. But yeah, there's quite a bit to explore here, so let's get to it.